It is essentially the base of a mac and cheese, but instead of noodles, I'm putting a ton of veggies in. It's an incredible way to use up anything that
Nice.
might be kind of like, going past its prime in your fridge, or use up bits and pieces. If you have like half a box of spaghetti left over, you want to add that in. It's a really versatile, easy thing,
I
but
love that.
per usual, there's gonna be like one or two little touches that make it feel celebratory and special because it's for you. Um, I think as all good recipes do, this one's gonna start with a combination of butter and olive oil. So I've got a whole big onion that I minced up in with that hot sizzling oil, the
Nice.
butter and the olive oil that I told you about. And of course, when that goes in, grab yourself a big pinch of salt. And as that goes, I'll just show you what else is going to happen in here. Minced up garlic, fresh thyme, a ton of Gruyere and cheddar cheese. Can you see all that
Yum.
situation happening? And then you have to do your penance, but it's going to taste delicious. Here's your kale, here's your cauliflower, here's your butternut squash. And it's really just
Oh,
going
I
to be.
love it. Every color of vegetable.
I added in a little
A little
garlic there.
flour.
And that's coming next. Rach, the scent in here is You're in My Perfume. Cooking garlic, plenty of thyme going in now as well. And oh, hear that pop?
Yep.
There's little sound effects of cooking that are just so clutch. So let that fresh thyme start to bloom in the hot oil. And then yes, I'm gonna grab 2 tablespoons of just AP flour and make sure you toss that into the hot oil so that it starts to cook out and you don't have a raw flour taste. That's gonna give us a nice, thick, creamy, cheesy sauce to bathe all those veggies in. You have like half a box of pasta left over. You have some beans, you open quinoa, whatever you have in the fridge, you can toss it in here and kind of like bury it in the delicious cheesy sauce. I'm gonna top it with a cauliflower tater tot that I roast up in the oven. These are store-bought. Let me just tell you something. The things they're doing with cauliflower these days is
It's incredible.
mind-blowing.
Pizza crust, tots, chips. I had cauliflower chips. They were delightful.
Oh yeah. So you can see the flour in here is bloomed up. I've got 2.5 cups of warmed milk here, whole milk. And I'm just gonna start to stir that in. I'm working with like, half capacity right now because I broke my knuckle. So apologies for the
I saw you had
situation.
a little cast situation going on your head.
So that guys, the one little trick here when you're making a cheesy sauce, Rachel, obviously you know this, but just for the peeps, starting with a warm liquid is so important so it doesn't sort of set your hot oil and then you get bad thickness that you don't want, little pieces. This is going to give you a lusciously creamy.
Right.
Exactly.
You need to add warm liquid to keep it from separating and to let the cheese melt evenly.
And already you can see this sauce is starting to thicken up. The more you cook it, the more thickened it will get from that flour addition in there. But I'm going to get us right to the cheese, aren't I? I feel like it's cheese time.
I feel like it's cheese time.
I feel like it's cheese time. Gruyere, cheddar, mozzarella, like whatever. Literally, this is mom food. This is not just food you're going to want to eat, not just food your kids are going to want to eat. It's also going to help you get rid of anything.
This is a clean out the fridge, man. Use all your veggies. Use all the bits of cheese.
Exactly. Right? Put all the things you didn't want to eat in there. I've got a big head of lacinato kale. That's that sort of flat dinosaur kale. You could definitely use curly kale. You can try spinach, chard. Guess what else? I didn't even pull it off the stem. I literally just gave it a quick ribbon chop because it's going to braise in this cheese sauce. So don't stress yourself out about taking the stem out if you don't need to. I like a little touch.
And I love flat kale because it stands up to cooking. It doesn't mush out and just completely go away like spinach might. Like that's just a great green for cooking.
Exactly right. Well, you think about, collards and everything. You want a green that has a little toughness to it that's not going to release all of its liquid right away. I added in about 1.5 cups of cubed butternut squash, maybe my favorite ingredient of the season. And you can chop these up and use it like breadcrumbs if you want. If you had tater tots, just scatter those over top. They look so pretty. This is going to go into a 350-degree oven just so the butternut squash cooks. You want like 30 minutes until the butternut squash is tender. The cauliflower is tender and cooked. I like to leave it covered for the first 20 minutes and then uncover it so it gets really nice and crispy. And of course, I have one that I made earlier. I can show you what it looks like.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!